Hello. Welcome to Awakening to the Spirit Within. This is Jan. Thanks for visiting today, and let's take a look at what this is about. Along my own spiritual journey, I found spirituality comes primarily from experience, not from information. Information may provide some directional assistance once we've made the connection, but I believe spirituality really emerges as we make the connection with our spiritual heart, our inner knowing, our source of loving. I see love as the universal energy, the spirit within, by whatever name we might recognize it. Love, soul, center, inner wisdom, higher power, cosmos, universal love, God. It connects us with ourselves, with others, with nature, with the universe. I see love as the heart of spirituality, and I see love as our natural, innate state. It may have gotten buried under negative conditioning, life challenges, and so on, but I believe it's still there, waiting to be reawakened. As one example, I'll tell you of my experience in my spiritual ventures. I grew up in a denominational church, and it was very important to me. In college, though, I found the church beliefs were narrow, and they saw things as black and white or right and wrong. They didn't really address the gray areas, and I found there was a bigger world out there, and a lot of gray areas. So the beliefs really became irrelevant. I lost the connection because my approach became based on belief. And for about 30 years, I was of agnostic persuasion. I didn't really know if there was a God or not a God. I always believed in the commonality of people, universal love. But the idea of a spiritual being seemed unsupportable, unrealistic. In my 50s, I started feeling a sense of spirituality pulling on me, pulling towards looking for some type of answers, and I wasn't really sure what it was. So I attended various denominational churches, looking for what kind of beliefs might make sense to me, what might resonate with me. And I really didn't find anything that really connected inside. And then one day a friend said, "You don't really need to believe or disbelieve anything. Just be open to the possibility that there's a loving presence waiting to minister to you." Well, that was a really different approach. I'd never heard anything like that before. So sometime later, probably several months, this would be about 2002, so one day I sat down, I worked up my courage because this was scary for me to do, and I asked something like, if there's something or someone there, anywhere, I would really like to know. I really would like to find out. And if so, I could really use some help here. And I didn't mean it as a challenge or prove yourself. I really did want to know. That was genuine on my part. And within about 2 weeks, things started to change for me. Nothing dramatic. Things started to happen, but they were noticeable. I don't really want to say what they were, so I won't affect anybody else's experience. But it was something I knew was present for me, was real for me. And since then, I've talked with other people who have had similar types of experience in their lives. My overall learning is that it was the experience, not the belief, that led me to connect with a loving source. I needed to make myself available, open, without any preconceptions, just be willing to see what it is that was there. A word about inner wisdom. Inner thoughts can come from many sources, from inner wisdom, from memories, from ego, maybe past resentments with somebody, negative conditioning, and so on. And evaluating whether or not inner thoughts or direction are coming from inner wisdom or a spiritual heart, I use the guideline of don't hurt yourself and don't hurt others. Stay positive. I believe true inner wisdom comes from loving. Ego can present some fantastic ideas, but the ideas may not be realistic or feasible. It may be ego talking, not wisdom. So it's important to test and check out everything that comes up from inner thoughts without rushing into anything. Keep it positive. Well, since that time, I have looked and found a way of learning to build on that connection for myself. And there are many types of ways, many different things that work for different people. And it's important to experiment for yourself to see what it is that works for you. What can block us from the awareness of our inner wisdom or spiritual heart? What can block us from the loving source, the spirit within? I found negativity in many forms can. Often they're judgments about ourselves and others. If we're living in fear, worry, criticism, judgment, how can we experience our loving or connection with a loving source if we're living with those upset emotions or thoughts that may be criticizing or judging? Awakening the spirit within is about creating those experiences that build the connection with our spiritual heart, with our inner knowing, with our source of love. It's about clearing the issues that can cloud our vision. It's about finding what that means for you. And you're discovering what awarenesses, what practices, what it is that can help you to connect with your loving source, support you in your own unique spiritual journey, and bring you to a sense of wholeness, integration, sense of inner peace. Thank you so much for visiting today, and many blessings for the highest good as you move forward in your life.